All right, hey YouTube, back by popular demand, the Edmonds eBay restoration. So I got these off of eBay for a total of $40. That's with shipping included. So I really bought them for $28, but I think shipping was like $12, tax was $2. I think it came out to $42. All right, now we're going to polish these up. That is the goal here today. I'm gonna start with the shoe cream. I'm gonna lay this towel down over this kind of antique leather coffee table that we just have here by the window. It's definitely seen better days, but no reason to cause more damage to it. Yes. And that's what we're going to be using. The Saphir Medaille shoe cream. All right. First thing, let's just open this up. This has never even been opened before. I've never used this before. All right, well, that's an interesting texture. I think what I'll go with first is just this cloth here. So I'll start here in the vamp and work my way around. You know, these shoes almost look navy, to be honest, after I've stripped it all down with the saddle soap. But yeah, I bought them to be black. I want a pair of black Oxfords. All right, so we've got an even coat. Get this tongue too. And let's go into the second shoe before we just stick the brush to that one. So I'll be honest, the Bick's conditioner really, I felt like didn't absorb as well as this. You know, it was very water based, which is a good thing. That's good for the leather. It's not going to harm the leather. But you could tell it just wasn't absorbing. This is also water based, which is good for the leather. But I just feel like it's drinking it in a lot better. I feel like this is actually getting down in there. Something in the mixture doesn't let it just evaporate right off. Even though it does have alcohol, which will lower the point at which it evaporates, the boiling point. I think this is the most satisfying part, to be honest, of this whole process so far. This feels like I'm actually seeing a difference. This is the one part of these materials that I did not skimp on. Saphir Medaille, top of the line. And that's just after seeing like Trenton and Heath, their videos. They really recommend, you know, if there's one thing you do to your shoes, use a good quality shoe cream. I really took that to heart. I mean, they also mention like use quality conditioners, use quality everything, but I can't afford quality everything. All right, and this is after the shoe cream application. You can really tell that it's a lot more uniform in the black now. It really looks like it's back to being black. Takeaways from my first time polishing a pair of shoes. My brother kind of warned me about this. He said, don't mess with these Kiwi horsehair brushes. Go ahead and get yourself, you know, a quality horsehair brush like from the Hanger Project or something like Saphir brand, because these hairs come out easily. And I can say, yes, they do. You know, sure, it was half the price. You know, I think I went for it, even though they're over other Walmart brands. Like, I had this from a long time ago. I didn't use it, but I almost wish I kind of would have, because these hairs came out so easily that they get stuck and embedded into the shoe, mixed in with the shoe cream. That makes it really hard to come out. See, the other thing is, you know, I'd heard about people going over their shoe with their shoe brush and maybe hitting this wood on the leather and scuffing it, making a mark. I was like, yeah, if you're just like really careless and don't know what you're doing. I mean, I thought that was kind of ridiculous that somebody might do that. And sure enough, I did just that. You can still barely, I mean, you can only barely tell, but I went probably 2 or 3 back and forths, like boom, 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 real quick, without thinking. And sure enough, I nicked it. I've tried to go back over it with shoe cream, and no, it's not coming out. I think that, you know, enough coats, waxes over time, it might come out. And plus, you know, from that distance, you can't tell. I mean, you're not going to be able to see that. So this is the Noir Black Pate de Luxe Saphir wax polish. So we're going to start with this, and we're going to apply it to the shoe first. So I've never done this before. Use the heat from my finger with some friction, get some of this out. I'll just go with the toe cap here. So really we'll go with the whole shoe, but we'll focus in on the toe cap when we try to bring out the shine. Actually, yeah, let me just go ahead and get the whole shoe right now. Just one coat on the vamp. Protect the leather a little bit. Give it a coating, because it has some beeswax in it. And you can smell that wax, that beeswax. It smells sort of like that, what is that, Farmer's brand of beeswax that you use on your hands, or they even make chapstick versions of it to help keep your hands from cracking in the winter. That's exactly what that's going to do for this leather. Keep it from cracking over time. All right, now we are going to buff that in. All right, so we've done one layer of protective wax, kind of all the way around the shoes, and then we've hit the toe caps with 3 coats. And now we are going to try to get a shine coming out of this. We're gonna wrap this old cloth t-shirt around a finger. Use that to dip in the water, harden the wax, shine it up. And that's where we'll go from here. Oh, that is like stiff on there. I wonder if I use too much wax. Interesting. This will take a while, I imagine. All right, so one of the problems I ran into is I don't have isopropyl alcohol to kind of pour into my ice cold water as I'm polishing this to bring out that shine. I get the isopropyl alcohol, I imagine, works as a solvent to help kind of break up the wax and help loosen it up so you can get good motion. As I'm doing this, I'm dipping this in the water and trying to rub it in. It just feels very thick, heavy, it's dragging. It's not really bringing out a polish. So I think it needs that isopropyl alcohol. So I don't have that. So I'm gonna go with acetone, or nail polish remover. Ingredients: acetone, water, yeah, all this other stuff. So I know a lot of you are gonna be like, oh my goodness, what is this guy doing? Acetone, you can't use acetone on leather, blah, 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 blah. You know what? A solvent is a solvent is a solvent. I think this will be fine. And if not, you know what? These are $30 pair of shoes. It's not the end of the world. I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does work, I'm a genius. I told you. Okay, yeah, that is much better. Oof, feels cold on my finger, just like alcohol would. I'm gonna work on bringing this out. That is much better. Check back in later on in the video to see if my shoes are ruined. So, yeah, see, the tripod's shaking, but if you wanted the close-up, I'm giving you the close-up. Oof, yes sir, look at that mirror shine. So that is the side-by-side with dabbing my finger in the water and the acetone mixture and bringing out that buff on that wax. It's tempting to do it on the whole dang shoe, but no, I'm just gonna do it on the cap. Alright, I think this is the finished product right here. We'll do a side-by-side comparison. Bring up a thumbnail right about now. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, maybe learned a thing or two. And check back in to see if there's ever anything else on the channel.